Previously on New Crits on the Block.
This whole world around you springs to life, or death in this case. The streets are now suddenly crowded, and everyone is smiling, which is nothing that you've ever seen in Duskfall. You hear the distant but distinct sound of a hammer striking metal.
I'm just going to use a tune to communicate to them that, we basically have weapons to destroy them.
And as you escape, the ghosts don't seem to follow you any further, and they all stand there staring at you from afar. And the marketplace is lively once again, and you are all safe for now. So, new crits on the block and whatnot. Welcome back.
Ben just woke up, guys.
What's happening here?
Why are you doing this?
What is this?
We don't want this.
Oh, what was that?
A train noise? What's happening?
Jake,
What is
that was
going
you,
on?
wasn't
Just
it?
drive by. Everything's happening.
That was really bad timing. A train just rolled by.
I was going to say, the only one that's got trains around here is Jake.
You arrive
Yeah.
at the old Duskwall train station.
Jake is infested with trains.
And library. They were
Library, which is actually a train station.
they were pressed for space. They had to combine the two. They have those "Please be quiet" signs, and it's a little ironic.
Okay, the train's gone now.
Are we sure about that?
For now.
Well, there's going to be another train.
Yeah.
Well, at least it
There's-
livened things up because Ben's intro was pretty sad.
It was. Why so sad, Ben?
Yeah,
I'm
No,
so
I'm not
relaxing.
sad. I just, every single time if I come in here and I'm like, "Hey, welcome back," blah, then it's like, I don't know, it loses its appeal.
I don't think you just come in. Well, you can come in at a normal
Yeah,
level.
just a
you don't have to
medium
go. You don't
version?
have to go extremes.
This is coming from a Terry.
Hey.
Well, that's different.
That's our thing.
That's
Okay?
genetics. I
That's
can't
our
do it
thing.
anymore.
You do something else.
So here's something fun. I was just
What is happening right
I
now?
love
no,
what
I
he's
was just telling these guys.
Tell the story.
What's happening?
Oh no!
So
He
I'm
needs to-
looking
he
for
needs to tell the
beds.
story.
I'm looking for beds for my
Oh,
daughters.
here we go.
Okay, didn't know where he was going.
Building up their rooms.
I did. I could have told you that from
yeah.
the get.
And you know what's fun is that Acme makes a bed.
Does it explode?
I think it does something though. I'm sure. I'm probably going to end up buying it because it looks like it's pretty high quality.
Okay, so Acme is an actual company.
Do two
yeah.
little rockets come out on the side of the bed and
No, but I think
jet
when you
propel you over a ramp over a
I
cliff
think when you
that
lay
you
in
do
it, the
not
whole
clear?
thing just collapses upwards.
That too. Yeah. And a little umbrella pops
Is it
out.
just a bed that you paint on the side of a tunnel, but there isn't actually?
Yeah. And the girls go to lie in it and they just slam into the side of the mountain and knock themselves out.
And then a train does come through.
And then a train does come through. So they're like,
There's
no.
the train.
The girls can sleep on it fine, but when Ben tries to, he falls straight to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then an anvil falls on me for some reason.
Or a whole piano.
Yeah. I imagine shipping costs must be insane with all those anvils. They just...
There was a lot more anvils in cartoon world.
Cartoons?
than our real
Yeah, why-
life,
why is
huh?
that a thing?
Has anyone actually seen a real one in real life?
Yeah,
Only at
I
Ren
have.
fairs.
Okay, you don't count. You look at big metal stuff all the time.
I look at big metal stuff.
What?
What is big metal? Like big metal, like business?
Yeah.
big
Can't
metal
trust big
business
metal,
stuff.
man. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Tried to indoctrinate us with anvils when
Right.
we were kids. Trying to brainwash
Just saying,
us.
I felt like they were going to be a way bigger part of my life as an
a
adult than they
conspiracy,
really
man.
are.
Yeah,
Big
and
metal.
anvils falling and pianos falling. I was pretty terrified about those.
Yeah.
Have yet to see one.
All right. So
Ben's had
I just...
enough.
No, I just had it. I just had it. I pulled up why. So how did the anvils become a cartoon gag? The first time an anvil was used as a joke was in 1942's Warner Brothers cartoon, A Tale of Two Kitties.
Oh.
Cute.
And one of them dropped one on the other one, yada, yada, yada.
People thought that was hilarious.
Anvils were highly recognizable in the early 20th century American audiences who were more familiar with manufacturing and industrial goods than audiences are today's. Anvils symbolized strength, power, craftsmanship. They were easy to draw and animate. They
Animate.
had simple
Animate.
shape. Animate. They had simple shape and color. They also contrasted well with the colorful and expressive characters they were dropped upon. They produced loud sound effects.
The more you know.
Yeah. Well, I guess the other one was the piano. They always drop pianos on people too.
You mentioned that.
I think it's a sound thing, right? Because the sound that like an anvil makes versus like the sound a piano makes when it crashes on someone.
What would that sound like, Ben?
An anvil or a piano?
Both. Give
Either.
us both.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have an anvil or a piano with me, so I can't make these noises.
What was the
Well,
sound?
you're the GM. You create the sound for us. Give us
Yeah.
the immersion with your voice.
See, the problem is I can't whistle. I was going to do the whole
it
like.
needs his Foley work.
Well, now we need you to buy a whistle. That way you can do it at one point.
The whistling didn't come through on.
That's okay, because I wasn't whistling. I was just making a motion with my lips in hopes that you guys would just
miming it?
believe. Yeah, that's right. It tricked you. Haha.
That's
Gotcha.
what Arlo's thinking about when he
This is great. This is great stuff, guys.
when he gets out of all the ghosts that was about to murder him. He's like, what about those anvils though?
Well, there was an anvil. If you remember, a guy was hammering on an anvil. It was creating a really loud, echoing, ringing noise in your head.
He was.
Yeah.
Ha! I gotcha. This is all a big plot to tie it all together.
All right. Well,
I thought
Plot
he
to
did.
tie it into the plot.
Yep. It's called a plotception. Anyway, so
called a plot
you
plot.
guys managed to get through the marketplace of town where you dealt with all those ghosts, as Jake had just pointed out, and you're on your way to find a book at the old library in the old part of town. And upon exiting the marketplace, you find yourself standing before a very large building in front of you. It's easily what you would think would be like 4 stories tall. It's much larger than anything else in the area. And in front of it, it's like everything else in this area, somewhat decrepit and falling apart. But amidst the flanking the 2 sides of the large staircase leading up to it are 2 gigantic statues holding books in their hands. These are carved statues holding these books. They are the pillars themselves that hold up this building. And you probably think to yourself, well, that's probably it. And then you read across the top, it says library. Although I guess to Arlo, it just says
Meh.
squigglies. So yeah, that's where you find yourself.
Well, we
Now-
did it. Now go inside, Arlo, and get the book.
Ben, I have a question.
Yeah.
Something I've been thinking about.
Oh boy.
Did we ever ask or get told what the book was called?
Nope.
Well, we have to assume that we would ask that
I'm sure they would have told us.
because you've skimmed past a lot of other details, being like, "Oh no, of course the game doesn't work like that. You guys just get the information you need. You can just do the thing you want to do. So don't you try to get sneaky with us now."
I
I'm
cast
sure
detect
the
magic.
guy would have told us what
No,
book
he
we were
100%
going
with the book.
after.
I am as a player asking what is the name of the book more so.
Yeah,
I was
he
just
actually
curious.
didn't really know if it had a name. He just knew that there was a book that existed from before the Cataclysm that contained a wealth and font of information, and it was probably extremely important. And it was in this, and that he was notified that such a thing existed within this library, and he was tasked with getting it, or he tasked you guys with getting it now. but he doesn't really have a lot of details about it because he hasn't really seen it himself. So you just know that you have to go in here and find some super important book.
Give us a reading montage. And it's just going to be Arlo looking at picture books, I guess.
Oh, that's
Maybe.
cute. You think you're just going to walk in here and get a book?
Maybe. So do we see the library in front of us?
Yeah, as I said, it's right in front of you.
Okay.
There's a stairway leading up into it. Big stone statues flank the two sides of the stairs of these large statues holding these books out as though they're reading it. They're very, very like, look at all the knowledge we have here symbolism.
Arlo's going to turn towards Zinc. Hey, Zinc, I don't want to make any loud noises. Would you mind checking the door?
What do you mean by checking it?
Yeah, I'll save you guys a little bit of time. When you do look up that stairwell to the front entrance, there is a large amount of rubble that has kind of caved in from the rooftop structure of this building, has kind of blocked the doorway. It's nigh impassable at the moment. You're going to have to find some way in.
Is there an opening where the roof caved in?
You look like you could probably get up there and get through that way. And there's the building is in fairly bad condition. It doesn't look like it's unstable, like it's going to fall apart any second, but you suspect if you look around, you could find a way in through any means you could imagine other than the front door.
Well, I could maybe hoist someone up, or we can check around the sides. Arlo is going to
I say we go up.
All right, so we're getting on the roof?
Yo, get up on the roof and rappel down. Classic heist style.
Okay. Yeah, that's what y'all want to do.
But do you have a better idea?
No, it sounds fine.
I mean, I guess we could look for another door. Maybe.
I have a feeling
it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards like the front and like kind of find a stable spot on the rubble and offer to like hoist people up.
Okay. So yeah, you feel like you would be able to all climb up the rubble or rappel up the side of the building, using some type of action in order to get up there. How do you guys do this? And don't forget, you can lead actions. You can take stress for assists. There's something called a setup action, which is when you anyone who follows through on your maneuver gets a +1 level of effect or improved position. Which is weird because it doesn't really cost anything to do that. So yeah, it's kind of like a
because there was like the lead the pack, right?
Yeah, there's the lead.
And then I just take stress if they fail. Now I don't know what I would roll for that. Would that be like a skirmish thing to help people get up?
So you are allowed to use any skill for anything.
Yeah, you just do the
but
facts,
if you
right.
use a dumb skill that you like, no, you're not like, I'm going to use consort to eat a banana. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm not going to give you much for that. So try to use something that you feel like would make sense.
Okay, well, I'm going to motion over towards everyone else. And I guess I could lead the pack for this one. I got 2 stress right now.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead and take a group action. So each PC
Just don't
who's
want anyone
involved
falling
makes
down the
an
roof.
action roll using the same action. And the team counts the single best result. And every single person that fails, you take 1 stress.
Oh, wait, the same action? Oh, that's probably not. They probably have hella low skirmish. That would be horrible. Okay.
Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't
that-
have to be skirmish. I mean,
Oh,
you
they
can-
just make the same roll. Okay, I thought you meant like the same. They have to roll the same thing I do.
No, they do. You
Okay.
all have to roll
Yeah.
the same thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Then I would be taking on a lot of stress because I don't think anyone else has any points in skirmish. So that would be a bad idea. So I'll just help
Yeah,
people
just
up.
Take a little bit of stress. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, don't forget, you guys are low level, so nobody is particularly talented in any one thing. So, yeah, you can all just climb up separately if you want to. You just tell me how you do it. Don't forget, you have items. You guys definitely have, climbing gear. That's something that can be used. You all went in heavy, so you have lots of items.
All right. Well, I'll probably just use prowl, I guess, to climb up.
Arlo uses prowl. Arlo, give me a prowl roll.
What's my position?
This is risky because, you could fall and get hurt for standard effect.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
Arlo is just up there. Like, you ever seen somebody climb a gym rope just with only their arms?
Yes.
Yeah. He just like grabs onto a piece of rubble and then kind of like tests it a little bit and just kind of whoop and just climbs right on up. No big deal. A little bit of parkour in there. And he's up at the top. And now, Arlo, you can see inside. And what you see is darkness. It's pretty dark in there. But you feel like you could get inside via this opening.
Okay. I'm going to get on my chest on the roof and put my hand down. Or I have climbing gear. I might just throw down a rope.
It's probably a smart idea.
Yeah, I'll just throw down a rope to everybody else.
That is what rope is for.
Yeah. I use my ability rope. I throw it down for everybody else. Is there somewhere where I could tie this off on? Is there
Sure.
a pillar?
I'm not going to make you roll for that. You can figure something out.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You can figure out how to tie a knot.
I'm gonna tie it around.
I'm sure there's a column or something.
Yeah, like a column or something like that.
Yeah. So I think this would be a good.
Gonna hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this would be a good example of a setup action. So when you perform a setup action, you have an indirect effect on an obstacle. If your action has an intended result, any member of the team who follows through on your maneuver gets +1 effect level or improved position. So in other words, if you guys want to, you can use this rope to mitigate some of the danger. I can say this is now no longer risky. You can just climb up with a controlled action. Tie a rope up and climb on up.
I did it good.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't know how you guys are all rolling so unbelievably well. I was supposed to have you all seriously injured by now, but you're doing great.
Well proud of us, guys.
We climb up.
Okay, what actions do you guys use?
I use prowl as well.
Okay. Zink?
Obviously.
Yeah, when I read on there, it literally said climb.
It says
swim. I was
climb, yeah.
God damn it.
So I'll give you
Should've done
controlled
1 point to
for
prowl.
standard. Because you got a rope.
Hey, yeah. 2, a 5, and a 5.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that you climb up with no issue, but the consequences in the process of doing so, last minute that thing it's tied to comes loose and the rope falls to the ground. But you don't go with it. I mean, you're up there. But now nobody else has a rope. I mean, it's down there.
Throw the rope back up.
Throw it back to them.
Yeah.
Tie it
you guys-
tighter this time. Thank you.
You can try to do that. Go ahead and give me an action to throw it back up.
Oh, Jesus. Rufus, throw this up.
It's kind of hard to throw a rope. I've a couple times I've tried to throw an extension cord and I've been like, this cannot be this hard.
Okay, I'll throw it. Yeah, that's fine.
So what do you want to use?
Hunt.
I feel like, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, okay. Kind of going to lasso him with the rope. All right, I like it.
Risky standard.
Not even risky. It's controlled. I mean,
I like it.
You throw
Standard
the rope
effect.
and hook a ghost.
all right. What'd you roll? Oh, you haven't rolled yet. Go ahead and roll.
Standard effect.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
You just
Here I go.
completely
Here I am,
You
guys.
completely
Oh.
Say what you
overshoot
got.
it.
Say what you got. Or
Say your
don't.
roll, Brian.
Huh?
What was your
Oh, I
roll?
rolled a 2, a 1, and a 2.
Oh, that's
boy.
not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go to throw this thing up there, and it like wraps on the way up. It like gets tangled up in a one of the statues or something, and it's and then it just kind of like falls down to the side. It's gone. You just lose it.
Well, that
Yeah.
was our rope to get
no.
off the roof.
Also, Arlo, make sure to you did very good. You indicated climbing gear. Okay.
Okay, well,
Would you say there would be 2 ropes in a pack of climbing gear, right? There
No,
would be
but I
one.
would say that Zinc up there hasn't used his climbing gear yet.
I haven't used
Or
mine
you
yet.
guys can just climb
I
up.
haven't used
Yeah.
mine yet. Hello, anyone going to help us or?
All right, hold on. I said, jeez. I don't like wasting my stuff. All right, y'all gonna do this right this time?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, no promises.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Zink's gonna take out his climbing gear and send another rope down.
All right. Very good. Who's climbing next?
I guess I'll go.
You go.
Try
So
better this time.
using rope, it's controlled. So I mean, hey,
Uh-huh.
this is good because had you rolled really bad, I would have you fall. So
Yes. I'm going to use survey so I can understand the location and the situation that's going on and put my feet in the right places.
Wow.
sense trouble before it happens about
I
opportunities
mean,
or exploits. All right,
Falling
fine.
is
You said make our case. I'm making our case.
I mean, you're surveying your path up. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Go ahead. If you weren't
Position
using a
is-
rope, I would give you some type of negative effect, but that's fine. So
What's the
controlled
position?
controlled
Control?
standard.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I
So-
got a 1.
You okay?
Just the one.
Just
Wait,
a
why did
single
you-
one.
Why did you use a thing with? Okay, never mind.
What?
Don't you have finesse? Don't you have
I
more
don't-
points in finesse?
You don't have anything better than just a 1 dice in something?
In
She's-
sway, will that do anything?
Talk to her through- no.
I don't think you're going to sway the rope. Yeah,
No, I don't.
Lila is just hanging upside down. But I guess you guys could just pull her up if you wanted to.
Yeah,
A little help, please. I seem to have misstepped. These heels are new.
I'm gonna look
So
over to
the height.
Zinc
I'm not.
My climbing heels.
and kind of under my breath, I'm like, Lone Wolf, huh?
Do you see? Do you see? Do you see?
I'm starting to understand.
Thank you. All right. Jeez. Pull her
and
up. God, she looks like a freaking rainbow trout caught in a line or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach.
You know full well there's no rainbow trout in this world.
I know. I'm
gonna
using my
brace myself,
imagination.
and pull her up. Do I have to roll for that, or
You know, I
Oh,
think
please
the
don't.
embarrassment of failing enough.
Quit
what else-
wiggling.
I'm not. It's uncomfortable.
I'm watching you swing your legs back and forth?
We're
I'm trying
watching
to
you do
help
it.
you by go up faster. Like,
Oh,
It's not.
right. Of course.
you know, using like
Mhm.
momentum to go.
It seems like a lot to harm you while you have a rope. I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm supposed to really make you feel bad here.
mean,
Trust
she
me,
did
I
fail.
do, Ben. I feel plenty bad.
She failed climbing
Plenty
up a rope.
blad.
I mean,
Shut up.
yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say they pull you up. You slip and fall, and they grab the rope and they yank it up. I'm going to have to do this. You rolled a 1. You suffer
No.
another level 1 harm, which is that you get like I'm going to call it whacked head.
I got what?
I mean,
gotta-
concussion.
Yeah, you got yeah. Well, not necessarily a concussion. You just like whacked your
I
head
have
on the
whacked
side.
whacked
When you-
head.
Doctor, I have
When
a
you
bad
fell
case of
backwards,
whacked
you
head.
whacked your head on the side of the stone, and so I don't know if you have a
Okay.
full blown concussion.
Oh,
But
boy.
I'm feeling pretty wacky right now. All right.
So
Anyway,
do I put it in the box next to it like I just did on the sheet?
oh yeah,
thing?
I actually did that for you. But yeah. So now you can
You
have
did?
2 level
No, I
1
did it.
harms. Did you? Oh, I also did it. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So you've now suffered another level 1 harm, which is that you now have a shallow cut on your finger and a whacked head. But they pull
Just
you up.
every day for me.
Oh, boy.
Rufus, you're last up.
Um,
The rope
Good
is there.
luck.
is the rope still there?
Yeah, it is. I mean, they lower it down for you.
Okay, I'm also going to use survey for the same reasons.
Oh boy.
This is going so very well. let me get it. That's what we got.
You jinxed us earlier by saying you were rolling well.
Controlled standard. Motherfucker.
What'd you roll?
Brian?
Rufus rolled a 1 and a 1. I'm back, baby.
Oh,
I'm back, baby.
Lord.
We just give up. The wall is too tough. We gotta go home.
Wall boss.
The problem is that a double 1 is a critical failure.
Oh,
Oh my god!
It's even worse.
So
now you got a whacked head and a messed up neck.
I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna give you a level 2 harm if you don't resist this.
how do I resist it?
Well, if you wish to, you can just say that doesn't happen. I successfully climb up, and then you roll. Let's see, you use survey, so you would roll your insight.
Oh, there you go.
And then whatever you roll, you subtract from 6 stress. So you could take anywhere from 0 to 5 stress.
So I'd roll an insight.
Right.
Just straight up insight?
Yeah, I think
pretty
you
sure you just
click
click on
on
Yeah, you
insight.
just click on it.
Okay.
I take it that you are. All right.
Okay. I rolled a 6 and a 2.
So that's phenomenal. You take 0 stress.
Oh,
So you
nice,
manage
dude.
to take your
Wow.
critical failure and turn it into a success by resisting it. And because you rolled a 6, you took 0 stress out of it. That's
And no
the
harm?
absolute-
Or do I still take a level 2 harm?
No, you don't take any harm. Because you basically said that didn't happen.
What the heck? I want to do that.
Um,
I'm just kidding. I don't. It's fine.
I mean, you could, but
could
your
also
level
roll really
ones are
poorly.
not the end of the world. Yeah, you also might run out of stress. Although you have no stress. Anyway, if you want to, you can. But the end result is Rufus on his way up. You know what happened was he was trying to carry his dog, and it was odd, and he had a hard time doing it. And he almost dropped him, but he caught him last minute. And then he tied a little harness for the pup, and then you just kind of like pulled the pup up. You know, like that scene you see where like every single pole he just kind of goes like a little bit higher and a little bit higher, and you get him up there, and then Rufus manages to climb up too. Okay, excellent. You guys find yourselves at the top of the building looking inside, and you can see a little bit of light in there, which is weird because everything here is dark, but you feel like it's actually lighter down inside this, like it's almost like a tunnel kind of leading in through the eaves of the roof, getting inside the building. But yeah, you can see a little light in there.
Okay, so we do need to rappel down.
Yeah,
into-
you have a rope.
Please, Lila, don't do whatever you just did.
I will do just fine. That was just a misstep, as I explained.
And I will take the rope and pull it like up to the top of the roof, and then like, is there? I'm assuming just like a hole in like the.
Yeah, it just kind of like goes in. And then the good news is that on the other side of the wall, because you're just basically climbing down the side of the wall that leads into the building, you feel like you would be able to kind of like almost like walk down it a little better. You know, there's no loose stones on this side. You're actually inside a building. So
Yeah, I throw the rope
here's
down.
here's what I'll say. As you get inside, you see a building that looks kind of like this. And I just move some stuff around on the map so that you guys can see the picture. So inside, it is dimly lit, but what you see is what appears to be just a long hallway, 2 stories tall, but with these like vaulted, really high up ceilings that you're rappelling down from. And you can actually see the second story. It's almost like there's railings that you can be walking on the second story and then looking down to the first story. And there are just arguably thousands upon thousands of books lining the walls and shelves of this library. And the inside of this place is shockingly clean.
Ooh, wait, what's up, everyone? It's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break. We hope you're liking the episode so far. We're getting into the thick of it. Right? Isn't that a song? Into the thick of it with the episode on our second, what are they called? Oh boy. Heists. Yes, second heists. So we'll see what will happen in the second heist. So make sure to stick with us. Of course, at this point, there are certain things you could do to help our podcast grow. And this is our short little plea for you to help. Oh my God, please help. One of the things you could do is make sure to follow, subscribe, rate, and review to our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use, go there, hit the subscribe button, download the episodes, leave a 5-star review, and write a little synopsis about why you like our podcast so other people who come across it might see it and think that they would like it too. Also, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. It's your best way to keep up with all things New Crits. We're always posting things on there. The best way for you to help us in that respect is post those posts on your own feeds, stories, tag people that you think might like them. We are only growing through word of mouth right now, so we need your help every single episode. So could you just do it, huh? Please, if you want to hear more of our silly shenanigans and antics. It's a small thing, but I promise you, it goes a long way for us. One of the ways we like to give back and show our appreciation is we have a Discord. Yes, a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. You can come in there, talk to the cast, talk to fans, talk about the episodes and the campaigns. But if you're looking for a place to just come hang, we got spots for that too. It is a safe, inclusive space for everyone. We invite one and all to be part of our wonderful community that we have cultivated over the last few years. And if you're not part of that community yet, well, what the heck are you waiting for? And I know what you're thinking. Well, Matt, I'm definitely going to do all these things for you, but where do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/New Crits on the Block. We'll get you to all the places that I mentioned and some places that I didn't even have time to mention. linktr.ee/New Crits on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening so far. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, let's get you back into this one. Hope you're enjoying it. Until next week, we will see y'all then. Be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. We love y'all. Bye-bye.
That's a lot of books.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a library, so like, do we know what we're looking for here or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna make you guys roll to climb down. I'm just gonna say you climb down. You already did your climbing checks. You managed to climb inside, and you're now standing in the hallway, what would be the main entrance to this library, just looking upon just thousands upon thousands of books.
Okay, well, I guess we got to find the needle in the haystack, huh?
But you
Do
said
you think maybe it's in the nonfiction section, or
Does anybody remember the Dewey Decimal System?
yes?
I'm kind of rusty on my Dewey Decimal, so
Yeah.
I do not
well,
know
you know
this
what?
Dewey Decimal you speak
You
of.
actually look over, and as you start to inspect the system by which they're using to catalog these books, you realize that it's not a Dewey Decimal System. It's a Huey Decimal System.
oh.
Nice.
I thought you were
I
going to
was gonna
say
say
something
gooey,
else.
But then you notice that in another section, they do have a Dewey Decimal System.
But this is a ghost library, so could it be a Bowie decimal system?
I was just going with Huey, Dewey, Louie, but all right, very good. I have written down Huey, Dewey, and Louie decimal system. So congratulations on that.
Love it.
Did you say that this place was dimly lit? Like, is there a light source coming from somewhere?
Yeah, it's very odd. It's like you feel like when you look down these hallways, they are almost somewhat illuminated. But then when you actually walk up to one of them and look down it, there seems to be no visible light coming from that hallway. Yet there is just the tiniest amount of light you can see. And then when you look across, the other hallway's lit. It's almost like there's an indirect light that's just sort of here, allowing you, minimal visibility. And as you're looking at all these, you notice that in one of the hallways, it's almost like pulsating. It's very, very, very subtle.
I mean, I might as well go check that one out, right?
I guess we'll
I
just.
think to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go down there and you look down the area where it's pulsating.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you walk down further into this hall of books, and you get closer to that pulsating light coming from one of the alcoves, it stops. And then you notice it in another one of the alcoves a little bit further down.
I wonder if it's like telling us where to go. And I'm going to go to the next one.
And as you get closer to that one also stops pulsating. And then there's another one, but now it's actually behind you. It's actually in between because you kind of walked forward and passed a few hallways, and now it's in between both of you.
Okay. Follow it there.
Okay, you both converge kind of in a flanking maneuver on this pulsating light. And when you get closer, this time it doesn't vanish. You're close enough to it that maybe just you got there soon enough. Who knows? Except for when you all, as Jake once said, Scooby-Doo it around the corner of these bookshelves and look inside, you see a ghost.
Oh.
But this one appears like the other ones did beforehand, before they went crazy and tried to murder you. It looks like a normal person, somewhat translucent and see-through, but it appears to be a middle-aged woman with kind of short hair and a sweater. And she's sort of like, she floats, but she also walks at the same time. Like her connection to the ground is not exactly where the ground is at all times. And she's going from shelf to shelf, and she's just kind of quietly mumbling to herself and reading numbers off of the sides of the books. And then she notices that there's one of them that's out of order, and she kind of reaches and then grabs it. And although the book doesn't really move in the real world, you kind of see like a shadow version of itself, and then she sort of puts it somewhere else and then sort of dusts the area off.
Is this a Ghostbusters situation?
Let's just say, okay, let's get her.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Does that happen in Ghostbusters?
Doesn't it?
I don't remember. It's
Isn't that
been
the
so
scene?
long since I've seen
And they
it.
like
So-
destroy it, and they go, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Well,
nice shooting.
Well, that's when they're getting Slimer. That's
Yeah, but
the
in
first
the
time they
library,
encounter
though.
Slimer.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the library,
yeah.
the library, they just like try to talk, and then she goes,
Yeah.
shh.
Yeah.
And then they come out of the corner, they're like, get her. And then she's like, rah. They're like, ah, they
Mhm.
run away.
Yes. So let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I would like to try to talk to her.
Maybe we should try to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start there.
Can you help us find something? We're looking for a specific book.
And the woman turns to you, and she looks at all four of you, and she says,
I haven't had visitors in several hundred years. And then you're the second group this week. What, did some under the influence post about it or something? Okay. Yes, hello. Welcome
Hi.
to the Central District Library. How may I be of assistance?
We don't exactly know the title of the book, but we know it's
Or what it looks
very,
like.
very important and contains. Oh, yes, Rufus.
She cuts you off. All books are important.
Yes. And then I whisper to Lila, like, he just mentioned that someone else was here a week ago.
Maybe they know where the book
Yes.
was.
I heard that. Yes, I know.
Okay, what the group that was here, what were they looking for?
She stares at you. She has glasses, and they're ghost glasses though. And apparently that shit doesn't go away even in death. You're just still nearsighted, I guess. And
Well,
she
they're just boo light glasses.
Oh, nice.
and she stares at you down the bridge of her nose, looking over the tops of her glasses, and she says,
Well, this is a library. So, they were looking for a book.
mid-conversation, she vanishes.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
that was
damn it. I'm sorry.
bye.
Great.
But you see her, and she's now up on the second floor doing the exact same thing up there. And her voice kind of echoes throughout the hallways. And she just says,
Well, tell me more about it. I'll see what I can do for you. Although, I must tell you, checking out books is strictly prohibited.
What if we have a library card?
Well, you would be welcome to.
she vanishes. Once again, she's now somewhere else, but now you can't see her, but you can still hear her talking. She's one of these alcoves doing the same thing.
I suppose you could apply for one, but we would need to be approved by the city council, and, well, they're dead. So, good luck with that.
Can you maybe make an exception? Can we get you something? Can we get you anything in like an exchange?
Oh, I have everything I need.
Except for a body.
right here.
What if we promise to
Except the
bring it
body.
back? Pinky swear.
If I had as many books as I had promises,
Scout's honor.
you can always just copy the information you need, and you just have to leave the book here. It's fine. My job is to help people find knowledge. I suppose even in death, I can still enjoy doing that.
And now she's appeared behind you. You see an area light up in the corner. And she's at her like desk, her little like workstation where she probably worked in her previous life. And she's sitting at a chair there.
What is it that you need?
As you walk up, you notice that it has her name on a placard written on the desk. And it says Sophia Ruth Kives.
Yes, the book we're looking for has a lot of information and has a vast wealth of knowledge. These were all the descriptions I was given.
Yes, the books do contain those things. Very good.
It's very
I see that whoever has sent you has clearly picked the best of the best, the sharpest amongst.
How'd you know someone sent us here?
Well, I assume there was much like the other group. They also needed something.
Okay, which book did the other group take? Or check out, I should say.
Nobody checks out any books. We discussed this.
Which
they were
book did they
denied.
open?
They were denied. The book that they suck. I actually had them go on their way. And if by any chance you are looking for the same book, I will have to do the same to you. So, perhaps we should just get right to the crux of the matter. You are seeking something very old and very powerful and full of lots of knowledge, right?
Yes. No.
Yes. He means yes.
Right. Okay. So I have a few. Okay. Well, how about this? I do have some simpler books
As she looks at Arlo.
written by Dr. Noose. You have the a very popular one. It's good to start out with, The Rat in the Hat. We also have Oh, the Places You Can't Go. No? All right, very good.
And then she looks over at Lila.
You look like you might like smut. They call it romance, but let's be honest what it is. 50
Whatever
Shades of
gives
Green.
you that impression.
Yes, right, those heels. 50 Shades of Green. It's something about ogres and swamps.
No. There's other people who are into that. I haven't gotten there yet. Just regular human smut for me, thanks.
Oh, right, of course.
Well, maybe a fairy or two. You can throw one of those in.
Well, I would like to think that all romance is in some way fiction, but regardless, I cannot give you what you seek. And you're not allowed to see it, and you're not allowed to touch it, and if you wish to look at something else, you may, but otherwise, you must leave.
Well, so that we don't get in trouble, where would we need to stay away?
I was going to try the same line. Which book shouldn't we touch?
Yeah.
If we were,
So we don't
if there's a
mess
what
up.
action are you guys going to use to try to get this ghost to give up the information that you want?
I think Lila should use sway.
I want to use sway.
And
Okay.
Lila said that line, not Arlo.
Well, I was going to make that argument. So technically, you just beat me to the punch.
Okay, that's fine. Give me a sway roll. I'm going to say that this is risky for limited effect because she doesn't want to give it to you. Already, we know that. And it's a ghost. So you probably don't want to piss her off too bad. But she seems to be in her element.
I got a 4, a 1, and a 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the restricted section is off limits.
Then as she says that, you see, and she kind of looks over towards one of the alcoves. She's not trying to give it away, but I guess even in death, we still have those ticks that we kind of have left over in life. And you can kind of read that from her. So you don't get her to give it to you, but you do find out where it is. So that's what your limited success is.
I elbow, not hard, but just like a tap of the elbow to Zinc.
You elbowed a bookshelf because he's already gone.
Okay.
Yeah. Once
I'm
he
gonna-
saw her eyes dart over, he was like, "Zoop," and off he went.
I'm going to walk to the ghost. You said you had books. Do they have pictures in them?
Yes, they have pictures in them.
And not a lot of writing, right?
Well, no, there's some writing. They're books, honey.
Can you show me these books?
Make a roll.
I'm gonna say, show me these books, and I'm gonna use command.
Nice.
Okay.
Good change.
All right.
If
This
it's a
is
roll,
risky
you
for
say.
this is risky for standard effect because
How much?
you're basically trying to distract her is what you're trying to do.
Okay, I feel like this is an important thing to get. Just so Zinc has as much time as he needs. I got 2 stress. I think I'm gonna push myself.
Okay, you can push yourself. That would be an additional 2 stress.
Okay, I'll mark the 2 stress, and
So you
that's
get
just
an
one-
extra dice.
Yeah. Okay. And you said risky for standard?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 1 bonus dice. Oh, that looks great. I got a 2, a 1, and a 1.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Yeah, that's almost a critical failure.
Oh God.
So what happens is that she does take you over to the children's section, which is actually like these. It's almost like the first Dr. Noose book ever written, because this is truly an impressive library. They don't actually have just like a standard thing. These are all of the most important books. And she says,
The same situation, dear, but I can't have you check anything out, but you're welcome to look at these here.
and then she vanishes and suddenly is right back to where you guys were at our desk and looks and goes,
Where did the 4th one of you go?
I think he had to go to the bathroom.
And she looks over
Yes.
at the area that she had accidentally given away and begins floating over there.
Excuse me.
Ooh.
But I actually have to go to the bathroom. I don't know where he went, or he must have found it. Can you show me where it is? I don't want to make a mess in your beautiful library.
Yeah, she's not paying attention to you. She knows that you guys were looking for the restricted section, and Jake rolled a 1.
There was a 2.
It's a failure. You rolled a failure. You are a failure.
Damn it.
And she goes over there. Zinc, what do you do, or what does anyone do in order to stop her from seeing you or figuring out what's happening?
Well, I use Prowl to try to like hide myself as best as I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to another section kind of close there and just start rifling through books and throwing them on the floor.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
Gonna get us kicked out of this library.
I want you to both roll. And I'm going to decide what happens based upon those rolls, because there's 2 things happening at once here. Zinc's hiding and you're pissing her off.
Okay.
So Zinc, give me your.
I rolled a 5, 1, and a 5.
Okay. The mixed successes is that she looks in there and doesn't see you down there, but then the issue is that she still doesn't know where you are and is upset about that. And then she starts hearing Rufus do what he's doing. Rufus, what action do you use in order to create this issue?
So I'm going to use a survey action because I actually am looking. Well, I mean, I'm looking for a particular book. Yeah, I'm looking for Hooked on Phonics for my friend over here who can't read, with the purpose of creating a distraction. But I am looking for something.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survey roll. This is desperate for standard effect because you know that you're doing something that she hates.
Oh, wait. What was mine? A desperate or anything? I didn't even look. Sorry. I just rolled it.
It would have been risky for standard. It would have been desperate.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. It would have been desperate. Yeah.
Ooh, desperate. Then I'll give myself a little point.
Yeah. Give yourself a tick.
I did.
And Brian, give yourself a tick as well for survey. But go ahead and make that roll.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, well, I rolled a 1 and a 5.
All right. So you get her attention and she appears right back next to you and looks at all these books on the ground and just goes,
What are you doing? Stop.
Well, you
touching
wouldn't
things. Stop
help my
touching things.
friend. No, you wouldn't help my friend. He can't read, and I want to help him. You wouldn't help him.
Can someone read this for me?
You all need
See?
to leave. You all need to leave now.
No,
That's what you need to do.
look, I just want to help him, but you're not being very helpful. You're not being a very nice library lady.
It's called, oh my God. It's called a librarian, dear.
What? See, I need help too.
You need to leave now.
What?
You all need to leave now. Wherever your
Could I at least use the bathroom before I leave?
You can use the bathroom outside.
No, that's gross.
I said
Leave.
and she reaches over and she picks up one of the books that you dropped on the ground, but now she's actually interacting with it, which he wasn't doing before. And she glances at it and she says,
of Dyson Men. Appropriate.
and then
Okay.
she throws it at you.
Oh.
What do you do to
I-
avoid this?
I'm going to do something, if I may.
Okay.
I'm going to use Attune to channel an electroplasmic energy, whatever that means, and swat the book out of the air.
Okay. So channel electroplasmic energy. So electroplasmic energy is like a device. It's like this world's technology. It's basically electricity. So you would have to be using some type of electricity-based thing.
Do you have something in your tools that would do that?
I have arcane implements. Would that be something?
Yeah, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be electroplasm, but it has a vial of electroplasm. Yeah, so you can design to break and splatter on impact. There's also a pouch of black salt. Both of these things ghosts hate. So yeah, you're welcome to use Attune to do something with that.
Yeah, just the vial, I guess, and I'm just gonna shoot it at the book.
Okay. Give me your roll.
Okay. I'm gonna push myself here, I think, to get a bonus die.
Okay. So that
So
would be
take-
two stress.
2 stress. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And what's my position?
This is desperate. She seems angry and she's starting to attack.
And effect.
Standard.
Standard. Okay. And my bonus dice. Okay. Ooh, I got a 5 and a 2.
Okay.
All right.
So the book still hits Rufus because it's a book, and you didn't really do anything to stop the book from moving. Doesn't seem to harm him per se. Perhaps you negated whatever energy she had placed into it, like almost like she was a gambit kind of situation where, like, as she was throwing it at him, it just kind of like lost its oomph, and it just kind of flops into him and lays at the ground below. Like I said, that book was of Dice and Men. So let's see here. Powerlessness due to intellectual, economic, and social circumstances. How appropriate for Duskfall. We'll go ahead and just say that that book is now out of her list of things to throw at you. She vanishes and appears at the top shelf, going through other books, and begins to say,
"You wanted to leave, and so now I'm going to make you leave."
And she takes another book. And she looks over at you, Lila, who just threw stuff and is mad. And she picks up this one and says,
Alice's Adventure in Plunderland. It's interesting. Since when can a nonsense word become a sense word? Anyway.
And then she proceeds to throw that book at you. And it lands on the ground in front of you and begins to vibrate. What do you do?
I back away from it.
Run away.
Okay.
Yeah.
What action do you use to get away from this book before something happens?
Finesse, I guess.
Okay.
All right. What's my position?
This is just risky because you don't quite know what's happening yet.
Okay. Standard.
Yep.
A 5.
Okay. As you back away from the book, you manage to get far enough away from it before whatever happens. But what happens still happens. And that is that from the pages of the book, another ghost appears out of it. And it looks indescribable, like some type of weird mythical beast-like creature. And the librarian, Sophia, proceeds to go,
A Jabberwocky. I've always wondered what one looks like. I suppose it's up to my imagination.
And to yours as well, the listeners. And then next to that, a sword also appears, a ghost-like sword. And she vanishes from that area and appears somewhere else and is going through more books. The Jabberwocky proceeds to roar violently and starts looking around for a target to attack. What does somebody do?
Arlo.
What?
Hey, can I find this book yet or what?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's
Yeah.
Hello?
Can we
Doing this whole
jump
time.
scenes at all? Hello.
I find
So-
the book.
Are you? So you're looking through the bookshelf?
I find the book in the restricted area. I find the one we're looking for.
Okay. You
There
are
it is.
looking.
it
What
says,
action
"Do not
do you
read."
use
It's
to
like-
try to figure out? Yeah, none of these books. It doesn't say restricted section. This is just another alcove.
But I mean, I know she was over there though. That's where, that's where she
right.
looked.
Yeah.
And he's looking
so
for the
what
most
action
special
do you
book.
use to find the book?
So I'm over there, so I can't use a movement based one. So I would say finesse because I'm like really finely going through the books.
Okay. Give me a finesse roll.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this is risky because you know full well that you shouldn't be doing this. And if she sees you, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
So 4 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you quickly go through a lot of these books and none of them are special. Like as you're going through all of them, you're realizing that it's not none of these are, this is not a restricted section, but you're definitely in the right place. And so then you realize there must be something about this area that she doesn't want you here. And as you're doing that, she then picks up another book and chucks it down over at Arlo. And as she picks it up, she reads it and she says,
Crime and Punishment. I don't have to change that one.
And she throws it at you. Arlo, what do you do to get out of the way?
No, can I cut the book in half?
Yeah.
As she throws it?
You can attack the book. You can use whatever, you can do whatever you want.
Someone's throwing stuff at me. I'm cutting that thing in half.
Okay.
Or at least try to, I guess.
All right. So you'd have to use some type of item to say you have a weapon.
Yeah, let's do a fine hand weapon.
Got it. And then go ahead and roll. I assume you're using skirmish.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your skirmish. I can say this is a risky with great effect.
Okay.
Because you're cutting a book.
What'd you get? Rolled a 4, a 1, and a 6.
Nice. You cut that book straight in half. And she looks furious, which is strange because she's the one throwing them at you. But I don't think she was planning to have any of her precious books destroyed. And she reaches her hands up and she snaps her fingers and the Jabberwocky turns and charges you.